What is up, guys? It is the Sound Alchemist, and today I'm back at it to bring you guys 40 facts on the Warhammer 40k universe. As we all know, we are continuing our Halloween week because tomorrow is Halloween. So in honor of that, we will be giving you guys some 40k creepy videos. In the past, we've done our top 3 spookiest Chaos Lesser Demons, as well as the top 3 spookiest creatures of Warhammer Fantasy. And we have some creepypastas and whatnot over on our Patreon page, so check that out, guys. But today we are covering a topic that I feel gets left out, both on our channel and overall, and that is the Chaos Space Marine Legion, known as the Night Lords. The Night Lords don't really get too much focus. I honestly don't remember the last time I've seen this army on the tabletop. Actually, I don't even think I've seen it in person. I've only seen it on like battle reports on YouTube and whatnot. But even then, GW doesn't really have too much lore on the Night Lords that I'm aware of. I cannot remember the last time their lore was updated. I know they came out with some stuff for them in the 8th edition Chaos Space Marine Codex, but I don't think it was anything, of notice or anything like that. So, that being said, today we're going to be talking about one of the spookiest, creepiest guys in the Night Lords Legion, and that is Vandred Anrathi. Now this guy is creepy looking, as you will be seeing in the images that are to come, and most of these images you guys can check out for yourself. The link will be in the description below. It is by an artist on DeviantArt. Check him out because he's got some other awesome images there as well. So yeah, all the links will be down in the description. So without further ado, guys, let's dive into the lore for the exalted Vandred Anrathi. Beginning as a sergeant of the Night Lords Legion, Vandred commanded the First Claw up until the siege of the Imperial Palace during the Battle of Terra. Following Captain Malkarion's entombment within a Chaos Dreadnought, Vandred succeeded him as the commander of the Night Lords' 10th Company. Under his leadership, the company degraded into a Chaos Space Marine warband that survived pretty much only on piracy. Anrathi then disregarded the vision of the Night Lord's Primarch, the Night Haunter, which proved to be a major point of contention with Talos. Allying himself with Abaddon the Despoiler, he allowed himself to become possessed by a demon. Before accepting the demon which would come to dominate him, Vandred was indeed an honored warrior, but his true forte was void combat. Indeed, a shadow of his former self, it soon became apparent that the Exalted was the title that the demon gave him, and it used his memories and knowledge to further his own gains of power. After his change into the Exalted became final, he became even more focused on void combat. He was indeed a true master of it, understanding all the nuances of his ship's speed, mass, maneuverability, and weaponry, and therefore he was willing to throw his vessel, the Covenant of Blood, into seemingly suicidal maneuvers. However, he would always come out on top. Eventually, the First Claw was betrayed upon the industrial world of Krythe by Abaddon's Black Legion. Talos then decided that the Exalted was no longer fit to command. Vandred became disgusted with this behavior of the Black Legion, and in its attempts to use the First Claw as an expendable cannon fodder in the War Master's wars. Vandred's disgust then helped them to temporarily overcome the demon within him and reassert his personality. Refusing to allow his warriors to fall to the whims of Abaddon, Vandred rescued his forces on Krythe and escaped the vengeful Blood Angels chapter. When Vandred had his ship dock at Hell's Iris in order to repel and refit the battle-damaged vessels, First Claw sent ambassadors from their warband to meet with the station's lord, Huron Blackheart. He agreed to have the Night Lord's vessel repaired on the one condition that the Exalted's warband would owe him a debt, and that debt was to accompany the Lord of the Red Corsairs on a military campaign on the imperial world of Villamus, serving as its vanguard force. Vandred agreed, but not because he owed him a debt, but for motives of his own, as the Night Lords recognized that one of the Red Corsairs' vessels was indeed the ancient vessel, the Echo of Damnation. and he needed this, for it was the sister ship to his own vessel, the Covenant. The Exalted then plotted to steal the former Night Lord's vessel back from the Red Corsairs. However, this was only to happen right after the fall of Villamus. When this occurred, the Red Corsairs immediately pursued the theft, their fleet striking in overwhelming numbers. Vandred, within his prison of a body, immediately recognized that the fight was unwinnable for the Covenant, but this allowed Talos Valkorion to escape with the Echo of Damnation. With a surge of willpower, he took control of his body once again, and destroyed over half a dozen or so vessels of the Red Corsairs in a daring series of suicide maneuvers. Right before the Red Corsairs were able to make the kill, Vandred completely relinquished control to the demon, letting the Exalted's furious struggles burn Vandred away for good, and intentionally so, because this meant that the Exalted would experience the death pain of his body alone, and this pain was enough to banish the demon back into the warp. And that pretty much sums up the lore for the Vandred Anrathi. So this guy was pretty much a badass up until he let himself be taken over by a demon. Now, even though the majority of the Night Lords tend to remain undivided, that being said, they don't follow Khorne, Nurgle, Tzeentch, Slaanesh. This demon that took over Anrathi, or the Exalted's body, was indeed that a demon of Tzeentch. So you could say that maybe Vandred was kind of sort of leaning a little towards Tzeentch and whatnot, but again, demons tend to take control of whatever they can, so that's not necessarily the case. However, one thing that's pretty cool about him is that he didn't focus on fighting, hand to hand. He was a master at ship fighting. And that's one thing that I feel we don't really talk about too much in the lore. It's like, yeah, you talk about barges and whatnot, but you don't really focus on the huge ship battles. I don't know if you guys are into that kind of thing, but in my opinion, it was always cool, like in Star Wars, seeing, the jet fighters and the X-Wings and all that, but here you kind of get a little taste of it. But anyway, guys, what did you like about this short and sweet lore on Vandred Anrathi? Do you think that the Night Lords need more lore overall? Do you think that Conrad Kerr's Primarch should come out? Because I don't think he has a model yet in Forge World. I may be no, he does actually. So there is a model for him for Forge World in the Horus Heresy lineup. And it's actually pretty badass now that I think about it. But anyway, guys, that was a short and sweet lore on the Night Lords, especially the lore on this former Sergeant, Vandred Anrathi. If you guys want more lore on Night Lords, let me know below. And again, guys, this was a Halloween-themed video, so check us out because we have more Halloween-themed videos on our page. Also, don't forget to check out the artist for these images. Again, I got his DeviantArt link below, so check that out. And yeah, that's we'll go from there. We do have a Facebook page, an Instagram page, a Patreon page, and a Twitter. So check out all those social media things for more things 40k. As always, I am the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow for Halloween. Ha 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 ha.